Hey guys, Sean C. Phillips here with Herb, Gina, and Dweebo, and we're here to review the new Russell Crowe, Elizabeth Banks film, 3 days later. No, the next 3 days.
The next 3 days.
Next 3. Don't get it right.
The next, although it
I cannot remember
in the
it.
beginning because it said
There's
like
been a lot of numbers lately. 127 hours.
127
Yeah, I know.
hours.
I'll get a little tired of it.
There's a lot of it not number thing.
I know.
And the movie didn't do that well this weekend because it was up against Harry Pothead
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only do so well when you're up against Harry Pothead.
That's right.
But the movie was really good.
Yeah.
I mean, let's talk about what it was about, though. It was about Russell Crowe, who I normally don't love, but did a really good job.
I liked him in Gladiator. He was good in that.
But Russell Crowe's wife gets arrested for a murder. You don't know if she really did it. He always believes she doesn't. You know, you have to see it to find out. But she's put in jail for the rest of her life, and he's always trying to appeal and get her out. And
he comes to visit her, and
things aren't looking good. It looks like she's not going to get out. So he comes up with a plan to get her escape her from jail.
And he meets with this guy who's apparently escaped from jail 7 times or something.
Now, don't go into it though. Thinking
No,
Liam Neeson's in a lot.
Yeah.
He was in it for like 3 minutes.
He's not a main character.
Liam Neeson has been doing a lot of little cameos lately.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of cameos.
He's been on everything from the Big C to all kinds of stuff. You know,
But he's not going to do Lincoln.
No, how about that?
No.
He's not. He's tired of waiting for
I still
Spielberg.
wanted him for Lincoln. I guess Daniel Day-Lewis will do okay.
Yeah.
But I still think of him as Lincoln. You know.
And you know who else was in this movie, giving a very dramatic performance because normally he's silly, was Daniel Stern
From Home Alone.
Wiggle the mouse.
Wiggle the mouse. There's your
wiggle it.
You're the wiggle boy.
Yeah, I know.
Don't do any gestures, Sean.
No, don't do any more of those gestures.
Daniel Stern's in it, and I actually shed a tear to his performance. He did so good.
It was short.
What?
It was only
short but sweet.
But it was really good,
Shed a
though. It was
tear.
good for him.
No, it was good.
Because, normally, when have you seen him do a performance like that?
I haven't seen him do many performances.
I haven't seen him do anything.
Bushwhacked and...
Right.
Wait, I didn't even realize that was him.
That was Daniel Stern.
Oh, hello. Wake up.
Wow, okay, that just makes it a lot better than I thought it was.
He did. He looked
because
good.
he used to be heavy,
Yep.
But I'm glad to see he's
But
making
I
a
thought
return.
the Elizabeth Banks was excellent.
And
I
she did
didn't
really
know
good.
she was
It
that
was very convincing.
qualified to do that.
The only thing I didn't love was that weird wig they had her in the beginning.
The blonde
Well,
wig.
they tried to establish the difference and everything.
Yeah.
You know.
It was a
Before
strange
and
wig,
after.
though.
It was
It didn't look that great.
Yeah, no, I know.
I know.
I didn't even know it was a wig.
You didn't notice? I noticed.
I didn't
right
catch
away.
on. I thought she was just supposed to be like.
I just kept thinking about Zach and Mira makes a porno.
Yeah.
No, but
Oh,
she's
geez.
uninvited, and she's in lots.
She's
of
been
stuff.
in a lot of stuff, but I
This is
did,
the most serious role.
and I didn't
would
think
say.
she had the chops for it. But you know
No,
what?
she
She
really
was
did good.
really
Really
good.
good.
She had the chops for
And
it.
like we said with Russell Crowe, normally he's not the kind of person that I like. Love.
Russell Crowe has never been my bag either, and I'm sorry to say it. I mean, I liked him a little in Beautiful Mind and all, but he's never.
Yeah, that was good.
If you ever look up an old one of his, Romper Stomper is pretty cool, where he played a skinhead. I mean, it was an Australian movie. That's a cool movie, but he's never been my bag. But you know what? I went in there thinking, this is going to be typical fare, but it wasn't. And I really liked Russell Crowe. He pulled it off very well. For other people, when you get kind of old like me, you like seeing older actors back. And Brian Dennehy was in this. And some of you guys will remember him from Cocoon. And if you want to go way back, you horror guys would remember him. He played the first John Wayne Gacy.
I've never seen that.
Which you've never even seen, which was a made-for-TV movie of John Wayne Gacy, if you can imagine a made-for-TV movie about that. But he was very, very good. And I really liked him in this movie. He had this very low-key, subtle, did a lot of just eye gestures, and he was kind of in on it. And you'll see. You watch the movie, and it'll be like, whoa, okay.
One thing I'd like to mention is it had a really great soundtrack. It had a lot of Moby songs. I think these were new material from Moby, and he had it under another name, but it was some good stuff. And it reminded me of sort of Fatboy Slim kind of stuff.
On the Gacy subject,
it was interesting.
What about the Gacy with Francis? What do you think of that one?
Oh, yeah.
Remember
Francis.
Francis is busy.
Yeah.
What's he busy doing?
Busy doing what?
Right.
Where are they hosing?
I liked it.
That was
It was cheap.
It was so cheesy.
It was really really low budget. But
And Francis kept making the same big eyes like he did in Pee-wee.
Yeah.
That was a little bit far-fetched, but watch if you can ever get a hold of Brian Dennehy as Gacy. I like the way he played that. You know, and he also was the leader of the aliens in Cocoon.
Mm-hmm.
If you watch that one too.
Now, would you say this is something that people should see? I would say it really is.
Absolutely.
I was really into it.
Yeah, it had a lot of twists and turns, and it's the director. For you guys that haven't watched, he wrote and produced and directed Crash, which was an excellent piece of work. I mean, he got an Academy Award for it.
How they made that show that I don't think was that good. The Crash show.
Oh yeah, no. Well, you know, I mean, that was a whole different.
One thing I want to touch upon is the
you
fact
didn't
that
like it though, Ethan.
I didn't like it because there
No,
were
they said
he
no.
went on and on about it.
There were parts.
Everybody said we interrupt him. Let him speak.
Yeah,
Yeah, they want. Okay, listen. When you think about it in depth, there was a lot of sort of parts about it that could not have really happened. It was just unrealistic. Yeah, but I like to think like
Don't ruin any plot.
I'm not trying to ruin
anything.
anything, but there's some stuff in there that's going to make you reconsider what you think of Russell Crowe as a character in this film, and some of the decisions that the wife was making, and it's just there was some parts of it that just fell short, in my opinion, in being real.
Yes, spit it out.
Thank you, Ethan.
That makes sense that Daniel Stern was in that
To
because
get there, the fastest with the mostest men.
Yeah.
And by the way, he didn't have gravy on his arm. Lulu licks like
she
a nut.
just likes to lick
She
people's
likes feet
skin
right?
and faces.
and his head,
and
She licks my
Herb's
bald
head.
head. It's annoying.
She licks like
and
crazy.
she knows that
She's
you're
a
talking about
tad
her.
perverted, I'm
And
afraid.
she's wanting to do
But
something now, but
If
What
you
do you wanna
see
do
see
now?
it, tell me or mention it. I don't think that some of the stuff could have really happened, like that one method that he used for I shouldn't ruin it.
You don't ruin
I
stuff.
shouldn't ruin it, but there was some
No
stuff in
shit,
there.
it's a movie.
It's
Yeah.
a
You
movie.
know?
He doesn't watch movies like that. He watches these artsy-fartsy things.
I watched ones
And he
that's like
goes
real
through
stuff
trends,
happening.
and then he compares,
Right.
Gummo to
It
Good
ain't,
Burger.
it ain't
It's
nothing like Gummo. Let's put it that way.
But we did see a preview of something that looks really cool called
Oh, Nicole Kidman. Yeah, you guys know
The Rabbit Hole.
Rabbit Hole, which
Yeah, that
was
looks
a
cool.
play
Yeah.
and book. Yeah, no, that's going to be very, very
Now,
cool.
for stars, though, what would you give this?
Well,
How many stars are there?
Out of 5. is the way
Oh.
I
Oh,
would
okay. I thought we were on 4. I don't know.
No, 5 out of 5
Five.
stars.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Who wants to start on the stars?
Well, I would say at least 4.5.
I give 4.
I give it 4 stars, and that's a very, very reluctant because I went in there thinking Russell Crowe. This is going to be formulaic. It was not.
It wasn't. It was not
it
like
was
those
not
typical
formulaic.
things.
It definitely had
It
some
was
depth. to it.
excellent writing. Again, it's the same director that did that Valley of
Elah,
or
however you say that.
it was the biblical between the giant and in the Bible. I mean, it's a very cool anti-war movie, and this director is really strong. So yeah, I give it 4 stars. I would go. I was really
I
surprised.
think people should definitely check it out. I know people are seeing the shame is it's not going to be in theaters too long because of Harry Potter.
Right.
So it's getting bumped out.
Oh my gosh, there were about 100 shows at that theater.
There were like
I
6
know,
theaters full with the Harry Potter one.
And I think it's shame when things like this come out that get overlooked.
I liked it much better than the
Oh,
Runaway
nice.
Train too. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of people are going to the Runaway Train,
Unstoppable.
which was fine, but
Yeah.
I think it was much more interesting than that.
There's too many of those train movies when they're running away. They've done that enough.
And what's that other Keanu Reeves one? Where he
Speed.
couldn't,
Speed.
Speed. It's just like that same
Let me
concept.
say one thing though, and that is, Sean, that I'm going to stop going to the movies with you if you don't sit down with the rest of us. Sean gets there and he instantly has to have a bowel movement. It never fails. You hit that thing. It's like, okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And he goes to have a
20
bowel
minutes later.
movement, and everyone comes and sits in his spot.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, we can't
because
save
he
seats
wants
that
to
well
sit
here.
a
But he
space
doesn't want
between.
one spot, he wants 2.
Oh
He wants a
yeah,
gap
it's gotta be 2
between.
spots because he doesn't want to touch me or anybody else.
He doesn't want it shoulder to shoulder.
So from now on,
Any of
have
that.
your bowel movement before you go to the theater, or I'm going to stop going.
But if you go to that Flower Hill cinema, though, you
Oh.
go put
That
it
one
on
was
the fly.
disgusting.
Oh no, don't go in
Oh.
there. You might as well go outside around the back.
You just poop outside.
Poop outside in a hole. That'd be a hell of a
And I
lot
should
better.
mention too, though, guys, if you have Netflix, there's a movie that I wanted to mention for you guys to add called Pastor Shepherd, a Danny Trejo movie. And I wanted to mention it too because Josh Perry, as many of you would know, did you ever see The Retarded Policeman?
What?
No.
Yeah, I have. You showed
Yeah,
me.
well,
Yeah, that's good.
He's one of the stars of this film.
The retarded
The
policeman?
Retarded
Yeah.
Policeman, a really popular series.
Is he retarded or?
Well, he's mentally challenged.
Oh.
But he's an actor and a really good actor.
I don't think you're allowed to say that anymore.
But that's the name of the show. It's the retarded policeman.
Sort of the same concept as Tourette's
It's
guy.
in a movie with Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo.
Well, I really like Danny
I
Trejo.
love Danny Trejo.
I think Danny Trejo is really cool.
Machete don't
And I
text.
think
Machete
Pastor
don't
Shepard is a YouTube character. I'm pretty sure.
His name is Pastor Shepard.
Pastor Shepard.
Is he a pastor?
I think it's a comedic like spoof on that stuff. And this thing's about like
So he's a mentally retarded pastor.
No, that's a character.
And policeman?
That's not the same
That's
one.
too many people.
But if you have Netflix, which we don't have Netflix,
I don't do
but
that.
if you have Netflix, you can add that on there now. I'll put the link. It's also on DVD.
Why would
if
I
you
need
wanna buy it.
Netflix when I can go out into your DVD room?
It's like a
Yeah.
Blockbuster.
It's like going to
Yeah,
Blockbuster and it doesn't charge me late fee.
And they don't ask you for gourmet popcorn if you
I
want
know.
to try their gourmet
Wet
popcorn.
Movie deals with that all the time.
Oh man.
But anyway, though, guys, thanks for watching. What is going to be
Oh,
the
the
next
bell
thing
is
we're-
tolling. I
I know.
think that must mean the end.
What's the next thing we're going to review?
I'd like to
What's
see.
coming out
I'd like to see the Harry Potter.
We'll try.
We'll try and see that.
Anne
But
Hathaway's movies coming.
Love and Other Drugs.
Yeah.
Um,
MJ dated someone named Diane that looked like
Oh,
her. It
jeez.
reminds
Oh,
me of
jeez.
Diane.
Diane.
Yeah, Diane.
Yeah.
I don't know if Diane's on any videos. Not any anyone can watch.
Yeah, all right.
Porn
No,
videos.
they're put away.
But anyway, though,
Behind closed
thanks
doors.
for watching
Nobody
and
wants
for
to watch
subscribing. And Herb, you need to start doing videos for your own channel.
Well, he
too,
already
because
talks the whole time.
His channel.
I don't
Put a
talk.
fish in
I
it.
didn't say shit.
You
they
talk
think
the
you're
whole time.
badass.
No,
You
I didn't say
badass
anything.
talking
You're
too much.
badass. They like you.
Well,
you gotta
that's
start
nice.
doing
I
your own
appreciate
videos.
it. Thanks for the kind words, I guess.
You gotta start talking about your prostate and all that kind of stuff.
Well, if you want to hear it, I'll talk about it.
Yeah.
My prostate's in pretty good shape, as a matter of fact.
Okay,
Thanks.
Well, we could tell you a whole lot of stories about Sean when he was a kid.
Yeah, that could be one.
There were some pretty entertaining stories, like sliding down the hill for the bubbles and
Yeah,
breaking
no, I
your
wanna
leg
do
on
a
ice
series
skating
on
and
all the issues.
Yeah, he broke
that
his
I had.
legs. Well, the first time we take him on an ice skating lesson, he falls in his ass and he says, "Oh!"
no, he fell a lot of times.
A lot.
And then
Well,
the last was the big
The
crack.
last was the
Oh.
big fall,
And
but
they
it
all
was,
have to carry me over their heads, remember? They carry me
Yeah.
out over their
Daddy,
heads.
you weren't there. You don't know.
yeah, but
No,
I
I
was at
wasn't
the
there.
house, and I was there later on when he's, and finally we took him to the emergency room, and he'd broken his goddamn leg.
So that when he fell by the pool when we were in L.A., then we had to
Oh,
take him because we
yeah.
were so afraid he
We
broke
come
his
out
leg
here
again.
on vacation.
Yeah.
I told the son of a bitch, what did I say?
Don't go to
It
the
was
pool.
10 minutes before closing of the hotel pool.
I was
said,
there.
Sean,
I was there.
Ethan was there. I said, Sean, don't go down there.
No, I'm going,
They're
I'm
gonna
going.
be cleaning up.
He went to the hot tub.
He
Hot
fell
tub.
on his ass.
He fell.
And comes up to, oh, I've heard I've broken I have to go to the hospital. And it's like,
In
I don't
LA.
know anybody in
East
LA.
LA, I think.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
in LA. And, I
In the
sat
middle of the
up
night.
the middle of the freaking night at this hospital. And you know what they had in the hospital, in the emergency room? There were homeless people asking me for freaking money. In the hospital.
And blood on the
And he's
floor.
going, I'm scared. We
You
have
don't
to
care
leave."
about
Oh,
me.
yeah, that was his
Why
line
are
when
we
he
talking
said,
about this?
when he said he didn't want to go to the hospital. What did he say? He says,
You
you
don't
don't
care.
love me.
You don't care
You
about
don't care
me.
about me. You would have taken Ethan to the hospital. You don't take
So
me
then he comes home with crutches,
Yeah, he's
which
got
he
this
promptly leaves in the hotel room the
he left
next
him in the
day.
hotel room after they find out it isn't
No.
broken. So he leaves the crutches, which cost us
I'm
what, $3,000 or whatever.
And
And
he
you-
couldn't get insurance.
You don't want to even picture the language that he was using to the staff of this hotel when this
Yeah.
occurred, because the
poor
cleanup man,
Hispanic was trying to clean the stuff up, and he is just
Screaming
spewing
at him.
obscenities, every kind of
I heard it all.
obscenity. Yeah, because he fell when I told him not to go. I said, Sean, they
I
don't
don't know
want
why
you
you're
there.
making a joke about this. I don't think it's funny.
put a fish in it already.
Well,
Put a
it-
fish in it.
Yeah, it was like Herbie Hippo slipping on the
It was
soap.
like 4 years ago now, okay?
We can't forget
I
it.
got a million stories like that. If you wanna know.
We're only getting started, so.
Yeah.
I guess we want to do a video on stories.
Well, yeah.
You just, I know. You tell us what you want to know about. We'll tell you.
Well, and you can tell the story about him when he was little tiny, if you can imagine that. We went, and it was supposed to be a field trip, and he made this tremendous scene about having the salad bar.
Oh, we
It
were
was a visit
visiting
to the market.
in the supermarket,
Yeah.
and he got as far as the salad bar. I want that now! I want that right now! And everybody else is walking along, and this is a nice place. And all they do is, now I want to get that now. Let me get that now.
He does the same thing now for DVDs. Hasn't changed.
Oh well.
Oh,
So it goes, I guess. That's there we are.
Pick on your 25-year-old fuck up son.
Enough with the jokes. You're
Yeah,
ruining
ruining
everything.
Fuck up son.
All right.
Well, we'll
what
see
can I
you all
say?
later.
All right.
Okay,
Okay,
see you
bye.
next time. Bye-bye.
Alrighty. Bye.
15 minutes.